factorization by trial and error. This is done somewhat in the same way by looking at the first term and the last term to determine our terms in brackets. 6a squared has factors 2a times 3a, and 3 has the factor 1 and 3. Do we put the 3 here, or do we put the 3 in the other factor? The obvious choice is to put 3 in this factor, because if there is a common factor of 3 in brackets, it means that there is a common factor of 3 throughout the terms. But we notice that 7 does not have a factor of 3. Therefore, we cannot have the factor 3 in brackets. Therefore, this must be a 1. Notice that we did not take the sign into consideration. To determine the sign, we must figure out the middle term. To do that, we multiply across to give us 9a, and multiplying across here will give us 2a. What we need is a positive 7a, and to achieve this must be a negative. Therefore, this term here must be negative, and this term is positive. That completes our factorization. We now take a look at further examples. We go through the process again, taking the first term and the last term. The first term is 4m squared, so we have 4m times m. And once again, we cannot put a 4 here, as there is no common factor of 4 throughout. Therefore, we put a 3 here and a 4 here. And since all the terms are positive, our factors are also positive. To ensure that we have done our factorization correctly, we need to check the middle term, which is 3m and 4m, giving us a total of, this is 16m, giving us a total of 19m. In the next example, 8a squared has factor 2a and 4a, and for 9 it has factors 3 times 3. Again, we need to check the middle term before we can decide the sign. Here we have 12a, and here we have 6a. Since the middle term is negative 18a, both must be negative. It is also important to check the sign in the last term, which is positive. So we have negative times negative to give positive 9. In the next example, we notice that we have an x cubed term. We can only factorize x squared terms. Therefore, there must be a common factor of x. Thus, we have to bring out the common factor first, so that we will have the x squared terms in brackets. And factorizing this, we have x minus 4 times x plus 3. The middle term is negative x. We have negative 4x plus 3x to give negative x. Thus, we must remember that before we can factorize, we should always take out the common factor. In this case, is 2. And the term in brackets, we have x squared minus 9x plus 14. And factorizing this, we have the factors x times x, and 14 is 2 times 7. And to get a negative 9x, we have negative 2x minus 7x. Let us now take a look at some more examples.